Hey guys, it's my kitchen in Canada, and today I have a very nice chicken burger recipe for you guys. It's extremely healthy, extremely flavorful, and perfect for the summer. Please enjoy. Alright guys, so let's get started with our first step, which is working with our ground chicken. So first step you want to have is make sure your hands are extremely clean because you're working with raw chicken here. And you also want to have, just like the recipe ingredients said, you want to have breadcrumbs, a little bit of milk, some salt. You can use any kind. I'm using kosher salt here, red chili powder, some black peppers, and your any kind of seasoning that you want to use. Some tandoori seasoning, maybe some taco seasoning. I'm just using some Cajun seasoning here because I like the flavor of it, and it's like gives a really nice aromatic smell to it. Okay, so this is really easy. You just want to break up your chicken, and if you're like, and with the milk and the breadcrumbs, it's basically to make the chicken more dry or more wet. It's just, it's adding seasoning and adding flavor as well. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add in some breadcrumbs because I can see the chicken is actually pretty wet right now, pretty sticky. The breadcrumb will help make it dry, and if it gets too dry, we can use the milk to make it a little bit moist again, so our chicken is able to form into the patties that we want to make. So while you're doing this, just keep adding breadcrumbs, keep adding milk if it gets too dry, and you also need to season it as well with your seasonings right here. Just gonna add some black pepper. Just keep mixing it until you get a nice consistency. Alright guys, so I'm still working on getting my patties done here. So I just added in my finely diced shallots. You can add this actually before, but I like adding it after. First I want to get the mixture right, the consistency. I feel like it's still a little bit too wet, and it's actually dry from some areas as well, so that's kind of weird. So I'm just gonna keep adding this in, and again, if it gets too dry, we can actually just grab some more milk and mix that in as well, like a little bit at a time. And make sure you keep seasoning as you go. Alright guys, so I have reached my desired consistency. This is now not too wet and not too dry. And now what we're going to do is we're going to grab a scale, we're going to measure this mass and divide it into 4 equal parts. Alright guys, now I will show you how to form this mass into a patty. So the first step is make sure you have extremely clean hands, or maybe you're just wearing extremely clean gloves. But I don't really like wearing gloves, I'm going to use my hands here, but I made sure to wash them really well. So now to make this into a patty, what you're going to do is first make it into a proper ball first, really pack it in, really make it dense. So just make it into a ball. This is actually a really easy process. Make sure that you have no cracks in your patty ball at all. Now you're just going to be pushing it down. Have an equal, nice, firm pressure. Don't go too harsh on it. If there are cracks, just close them up. Now the more wider it is, the more faster it'll actually be to cook because it'll be thinner. But I don't want to make it too wide because I don't want to have it falling out of the bun. Alright guys, so now what we can do is we can actually cover this with breadcrumbs a little bit more and season it a little bit more. So make sure you have one clean hand that's not going to touch the patties at all. So I'm just going to season it with Cajun seasoning, salt, and black pepper more now. Cover it with the breadcrumbs a little bit more. This is an optional step with the breadcrumb part, but do season it. Alright guys, so I have cleaned and sanitized my area. Now it's time to work on our guacamole. So I have slightly smashed and sliced my avocado here. Now I'm gonna add in my minced red bell pepper and my medium diced shallots. Just gonna add that in. So with that, I'm also gonna add in my lemon juice. Use freshly squeezed lemon juice if you have, but I couldn't find any. And I'm also gonna add in some tandoori masala. This has a mixture of spices that are extremely aromatic and they taste really good. So I'm just gonna put some of this in here. Alright guys, so now it's time to make our sriracha ketchup mayonnaise. Now for this, you're just gonna need 3 ingredients: ketchup, sriracha, and mayonnaise. Now there's no technical measurement for how much sriracha to add in or how much ketchup to add in. This, you just need to go by your taste for this one. So it's really easy, it's literally just mixing in sriracha and mixing in ketchup with the mayonnaise. Alright guys, so I have some oil heating in my cast iron pan here. You can use any pan for this, but I like using a cast iron because it creates a really nice crust. Now on medium-high heat, we're actually gonna put in our chicken and we're gonna cook it in here. The best way to tell if your chicken is done or not is with a thermometer. So I'm gonna be using this thermometer to tell if my chicken is done. Alright guys, I'm gonna drop my patty in now. That's a really nice sizzle if you hear that. Make sure your chicken isn't swimming in oil. I used about a tablespoon and a half for my 8-inch cast iron. Now guys, we're cooking this on one side for about a minute and a half or so, and then we're gonna flip. I actually kind of burnt some parts over here because I didn't realize my heat was a bit too high than medium high, but make sure you're using medium high, but this is still fine. Alright guys, so my patty has been cooking for about 5 minutes or so, so I'm actually going to use my thermometer to check the temperature. I switched to an electric thermometer because it's actually a lot more easier to get a read from this. So you just want to make sure you hit this point inside the patty, going in from the middle. I'm just going to push that in. The temperature I'm looking for here is 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Alright guys, so my chicken is at 162 right now. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to cover this with my cheddar cheese. I'm going to grab a little bit of water, I'm just going to add it into the pan. I'm just going to put a lid on it. So the steam will now melt the cheese. Alright guys, so now that I have my buns toasted here, it's time to assemble our burger. So first thing is, on both buns, we're gonna put in our sriracha ketchup mayo. Just make a nice even spread on it. Alright, and now on the bottom bun, we're gonna grab about a tablespoon and a half of our guac, and we're gonna just spread that around. Because if you put this on top of the top bun, and then it might slip out, so it's better to put this on the base, actually, of the burger. Alright, now we're gonna put our patty on top of the bottom bun. You guys can see that the cheese has nicely melted on top of the patty. And now on our top bun, we're gonna put some arugula. You guys can use lettuce if you would like, but I like arugula a lot more better than lettuce because lettuce literally just tastes like water, and yeah, it's just generally not a good flavor. Actually, water is a good flavor, but what I meant to say was, honestly, like, I would rather just drink water than eat water. So you could use spinach actually. Spinach also works really nice as well, but I like using arugula. So just put some slices of tomatoes, 2 slices are fine. We're just gonna cover this with it. Alright guys, so we have here our nice chicken burger.